It appears cringe is the word of the week for this morning presenter Alison Hammond. On Friday, viewers were covering their eyes, as she and co-host Dermot O'Leary were left red-faced on live TV. More on that later. And if things couldn't get any more embarrassing for the Love of Dogs star, Alison decided to pack on the PDA in broad daylight on Saturday, as she stopped to smooch her toy boy boyfriend David in the streets of London, in what appeared to be a desperate attempt to shut down rumours that the couple have split. Recently, Alison sparked speculation that she secretly parted ways with her beau, who is 22 years her junior, after spending Christmas apart. However, she has now made sure to show that their romance is still going strong, as it seems they couldn't keep their hands off each other during the loved-up stroll to the shops. Alison was glowing as she went makeup-free for the outing, and the besotted couple were all smiles as they carried back a bag of food from the shops, with their arms wrapped around each other. They stopped for a moment to share a kiss, with Alison leaning up and wrapping her arms around her lover. Was she aware of the paparazzi happily snapping away? In our opinion, probably. Opening up on her relationship in Good Housekeeping, UK's January issue, Alison admitted, her and David fit like a jigsaw. Sorry, but we'd rather not think about that, thank you. Far too much information. She went on to speak about their age gap, saying, I can see how, on paper, you'd notice the age difference. But honestly, when we see the word toy boy written about us, it bears no relation to what we have at all. Yes, I'm 22 years older than he is, but if you saw us together, you'd understand. People have said to me, we get it now, he's so mature and sensible, and I'm so not. She added, and the things he says to me, they're just so lovely. It's like a jigsaw. We fit, and it all comes together. Oh dear, in other cringeworthy news, this morning viewers were left squirming over one particular story that even left Dermot O'Leary hiding behind his notes, and Alison Hammond blushing when she stopped a guest from shedding his clothes live on air. On Friday's show, Dermot and Alison introduced a debate over whether hen parties face a revamp. Welcoming events planner Liz Taylor and stripper Mike Stratton onto the sofa, Dermot and Alison discussed whether his job had become outdated and tacky. However, Mike left the presenters red-faced with one story from his career. Dermot asked him, can you tell us about the awkward, weird story about you getting booked for a funeral? Mike replied, this woman has died, and in her will, she's asked for. Do you know the full Monty? There's a bit in the job centre where he's stripping to hot stuff. That's the routine. She wanted that at her funeral, and she wanted it next to her coffin. He added, I said to her son, so everyone knows about this, don't they? And he said, only a couple of us know. Reeling from the reveal, Dermot hid behind his show notes, while Alison said, oh my goodness. Mike added, 250 people in the church. We're stood at the back for 2 hours, as people are crying and eulogizing. Quick to comment on the bizarre segment, viewers took to social media in their droves to share their thoughts, with one person writing, new low, this feature. Another said, oh Lord above. Hen and stag do stories. A third simply wrote, geez. WTF. Our thoughts exactly. But despite her cringe fest of a week, presenter Alison Hammond's star inexplicably continues to rise, something that is allegedly leaving ITV bosses worried. Alison has a brand new show on the BBC, which airs later this month, and it's said to be another major blow to ITV. The popular This Morning star signed on with the BBC for a brand new travel show, her second programme with the broadcaster in the last 12 months. Titled Florida Unpacked, she will be exploring the sunshine state of Florida with her son Aidan. The series is a new 10-parter for BBC Two, and will follow Alison and Aidan as they make their way around all the very best that Florida has to offer on an affordable budget. The pair will be heading off the beaten track in order to find some hidden gem activities during their epic adventure. They will dish out their money-saving tips and advise on how best to get the best bang for your buck whilst in the sun-soaked US state. Speaking about the program, Alison said, travel is in my blood. For years I worked as a tour rep, following in the footsteps of my dear mum. This meant I was lucky, and got to visit Florida from a young age. I was so captivated by America's culture, food, TV shows, and films, and some of my happiest memories are tied to those first formative trips to the US. We managed to budget our way to a place that totally captured our hearts, and now I can't wait to share Florida's best-kept secrets with you all. The news of Alison's new gig comes after what was described as a continuing nightmare for ITV, after Alison agreed to both the travel show and her own interview series, Big Weekend, on the rival BBC. A TV insider said, "This is a continuing nightmare for ITV, as Alison is seen by them as one of their biggest stars, but she's increasingly working for their rivals." Alison has recently begun to expand by taking up work with other channels. She was snapped up to be host of Channel 4's The Great British Bake Off, in addition to her work on This Morning, and now ITV has handed Alison another series of For the Love of Dogs, despite receiving backlash for taking over the reins from previous host, the late Paul O'Grady. Alison's appearance on the much-loved series stirred up backlash and fakery claims from the show's fans, especially over her presenting style, including the habit of saying "babs" during the episodes. Alison previously hit back at her critics in an interview, saying trolls will be trolls, and retorted, "Don't watch it then. If you don't want to help Battersea, don't watch it." Many fans of the show believe Alison isn't as dedicated because she does not have any pets, unlike Paul, who had 3 dogs, 2 of them rescued from Battersea Dogs and Cats Home, where the show is filmed. After the 6-part series ended in May, there were reports that Alison Hammond might be replaced. But then came the Christmas special, and the new series is expected to air this spring. And not only are TV bosses falling over themselves to bag a bit of Hammond, the star has recently been lauded by fans and fellow celebrities alike, as she revealed her natural makeup-free face, following her impressive 11-stone weight loss. At her heaviest, Alison weighed 28 stone, but she now credits her success to cutting out sweets, fatty foods, and working out with a personal trainer. Posing on a treadmill, and kitted out in her workout gear and headphones, Alison posted a photo of herself while sharing alongside it a glamorous selfie taken on the set of This Morning, shortly after her gym session. In the caption, she wrote, "Without or with makeup, I'll always be enough. Embrace both looks, and keep real. Hum. Thanks Alison, we will definitely continue to keep it real. And we'll also say that all these top telly gigs you're bagging, all the fawning fellow celebs and media tripping over themselves to get a piece of you, together with what appears to be a supersonic rise to stardom for a lowly housemate on Big Brother, all seems to be getting rather suspicious. With media citing Alison Hammond as one of TV's golden girls, perhaps her former This Morning colleague Holly Willoughby might want to watch her back. Alison Hammond, looks like she might be after your coveted crown." Like and subscribe for more journeys through the blinker hole. For entertainment purposes only.